Hello and welcome to another episode of Think Local in Lloydminster. I'm here today with Sherry and Cal Wakelin, who are the owners and operators of Wildside Outdoors here in Lloydminster. This store is an absolute gem within our community. It's locally owned and it has such a quaint feel. It's not like you'd find in the big box stores in the city. I really recommend you go in and check it out. Over Christmas time, I was in there plenty of times getting my husband all hooked up with ice fishing stuff. And so I know the store very well. It's so important to me to support local businesses, and that's where I thought up this Think Local campaign, where we could go around and feature various businesses and sort of what's in their shop and encourage everyone in Lloydminster to continue to shop local and support our local businesses. So welcome, Cal and Sherry. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us, for sure.
Perfect. So I gave you a little heads up of some of the questions, so I know you've got some gems of some ideas of the stock that you have in your store that you're going to be able to feature. But before we get into that, I'd just like to give our viewers a little idea of what was your inspiration for starting the store.
I've been involved in hunting and fishing and trapping all my life. I was born and raised into a family that did it, so of course that was my lifestyle. And I raised my kids as far as that goes also. So what ended up happening is it's always been my dream to own a fishing and hunting store. And one day I ended up not very well as far as health goes. And my business was renovations and flooring. So that kind of went out the window because my health didn't allow me to do any more with it. And my wife started pushing me, saying, maybe we should open up an outdoor store. So I kind of was a little hesitant at first. And then we started having customers talking to us all the time, like friends of ours, that kind of thing, asking, you guys should open something, because they say a wealth of knowledge in this industry. And so I know a lot about it. I do seminars and all that kind of stuff. So what ended up happening is between customers pushing me and my wife really pushing me, we decided.
Good job,
that
Sherry.
we're going to go ahead and yeah. So it worked out really well. We opened exactly 3 years ago yesterday, and it's been just a Zoom ever since.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, I know from being in your store many times, you've got lots of great inventory. So let's start having a look at some of the inventory. So let's start first with hunting items. What's your most popular hunting item, or your favorite one that you want to feature?
So the ones that we do the most of, I am very, very well known for archery. I've been doing archery since I was about 16 years old. And I got to know them really well, where I started playing with bows and actually rebuilding them and tuning them and all that kind of stuff. And that just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger in my lifetime. I'd have people showing up out at the farm, and we'd tune bows and we'd shoot bows, and we just had a really, really good time. Started clubs throughout the provinces, and it was really, really good. So what ended up happening is, of course, when we opened this store up, I wanted to make sure that archery was a big thing. And I can't even tell you how much we've boomed in archery. The bows and all of the accessories and all that kind of stuff, we keep a very good stock on. We are known as the archery store, and I do teach people on how to take a bow out and go hunting, and they have a blast with it. So our archery part of it really, really goes really well. Again, we have a small gun room. It's not huge, but we do have a gun room here also. And that's another thing that everybody goes after with the hunting part of it. Some people just don't have the time to put into archery. Some people just don't want to take and try to shoot a bow. They'd rather just shoot a rifle or a shotgun. So there's those people out there too, and we do all of that also. So we always keep a good stock of ammo and scopes and guns and that kind of thing too. So it's a place to come and get everything that you want.
Well, it sounds like it's you've got such a wealth of knowledge that not only would you be buying the item itself, but you would be able to really direct the customer as to, depending on their level, sort of direct them to what might be most appropriate for them particularly. So you're getting a 100%. Real value add to just, going out there and purchasing something that you would normally do in a big box store.
Exactly, and I'll tell them how to use it and where to use it and all that kind of stuff too. So, I mean, it's one thing to grab, say, a ground line and go out and put it somewhere and hope that you have something walk by. But if somebody's helping you out in the background saying, you know, put it on the south side because the winds are coming from the north and that kind of thing, you know, make sure that you're on a trail that's 15, 20 yards away. Watch for Ys in the trail, set it on the down side of that Y and that kind of stuff. Just to help them out and get maybe cameras out, all that kind of thing. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's so much to learn and so much to know in this industry, and you know, you're such a wealth of knowledge, and so we're very lucky to have you and your store in particular in our community. Let's go on to fishing.
So fishing is very unique. That's something that I was born in a boat, you could kind of say. My dad, that's all he lived for, is fishing. And so we went out a lot, and I know a lot about it. So I got into lake trout fishing really heavy, and my wife and I fish big northern pike a lot. So we know that really, really well. Of course, with other things that I've fished throughout my life, there's not too many things that I haven't fished, especially in Canada. And so I got to know them. And then for me to grab a hook and tell somebody how to use it is kind of an easy thing to do. And many times we have customers coming back in saying, oh my God, thank God you got me on that hook because look what I caught. And they bring pictures in. And so it's been really good. Sherry's another one. She grabs onto the knowledge that we've done throughout our lives together. And she can take them pieces and show customers exactly how to use them. And they're coming in, can't believe that a lady can actually take that whatever product it happens to be and show them how to use it, and they're doing really well with it. So again, knowledge is where you get by coming and shopping local, and I'm always here to help. I don't care what you need to know. You come on down, and if it's to do with hunting or fishing or trapping, I'll help you out there for sure. And Sherry's getting there also. Like, she's one of our best people here as far as trail cameras. She's amazing with trail cameras. She knows them inside out. I can't even begin to tell you what she knows. I mean, they call her the 5-point queen. So,
well, sounds like a good partnership.
Yes, it's very good, and we have a really, really good staff also that they got to know it either through us or they already know it. So yeah, it's there. You come on down and you see the stuff we have, and we'll tell you exactly how to use it if you don't know.
Yeah, and one of your associates over Christmas time, my husband and I and our family was looking at getting into ice fishing, and so your associate had the fortunate or unfortunate opportunity to help me where I was in a rush in your store, and I said, just hook me up with whatever I'm supposed to have. I have no idea. And, you know, he really took me around, and he had all the patience in the world, and, you know, loaded it all into my vehicle and really helped out a real sort of naive person to the whole ice fishing. Now, I was excited to learn and to try this new opportunity, and during this pandemic to, try this new thing with my family, you know, new family time, that sort of thing at the lake. So it was very exciting, but it was overwhelming. And your associate there was really helpful in just making it really easy, and sort of didn't give me 100 choices, you know, sort of really just directed me, you know, this is what you need and this is why. And so it was a great experience from an ice fishing rookie.
Yes, and that's really good. I mean, that's what we teach them to do, and they also are very good at some of this stuff too. Like, that would have been Caleb, and he's another one that's been into the sports part of this all of his life, also with fishing and hunting. So yeah, he knows his stuff on that too, and he's very good at getting you going with what you need.
You know, it's interesting too, what I'm really hearing you talk about is the customer relationships that you have built and that you're building with every customer, with that little value add of the extra knowledge that you're imparting on them. You know, they feel the sense of relationship building already, and just a retail sale goes further to the relationship building, where people are coming back, they're showing you the pictures, they're continuing that relationship, which is so valuable in our community. So valuable.
Yes. Wildside family is what we call them, and I'll tell you, and a lot of them are very good friends of ours now too. You know, we just got to know them, and they are very good friends. We got a guy that's digging in the minnow department right now. He's always in here, so he's just trying to hide. But yeah.
Well, maybe this weekend before we go out to the cabin for our ice fishing weekend, maybe I'll come and I'll get a special hook. You said it was a certain hook that if I come and get, maybe I'll have some more luck, because over Christmas time we didn't have much luck.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of an incident that happened between Christmas and New Year's. The fishing was very, very well. And then for about the last 2 weeks now, it dropped very, very severely. Everybody's going to know it throughout the lakes. And but again, once we get our moon phase back again and all that kind of stuff, things will start turning around. Come on down if you have issues trying to catch fish. Come and see me. I got little tricks that'll help you out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so the next question is, tell me about what you'd consider your most unique item.
Probably the most unique item that we have in the store. What do you think? Probably our jigger. We got an automatic jigger. It's run with one single A battery that's in it, double A battery. And this thing jigs all by itself. It's got kind of a few humps that are in it and that kind of thing. And you can put a setter on it that'll actually set the hook for you also. So more or less all you got to do is put the frying pan beside the hole there, and the fish will jump right in.
Great. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hopefully have lots of people coming to have a look. That's good.
Yeah, it doesn't never quit moving the hook, and we got it's local also, so that's another thing that we really push. This guy lives in Saskatchewan that builds them, and we really try to push all of that also. So anything
great
in Canada, I try to buy some.
Oh, that's great. And I know another thing that I really appreciated when I was with my ice fishing story is when I went and I bought 5 fishing rods, and of course they had no string on them or anything. And when I just came and picked it up the next day, and you guys strung it for me, and I was away to the races. That's, I know, one thing that my husband was very thankful for when he got them for Christmas, and he says, "Wow, and they're already strung. This is great." So.
Yeah.
That's another
So we have the
machines
service to do it. That makes it really nice, because they are put on there very tight and even and all that kind of thing. So there's no slipping. I tape everything. So many people put their own line on and they don't bother taping it, and then they'll get a northern pike that's 15 pounds or something, and their line will start slipping. So the tape is a huge thing. We tape them first, and then we put the line on, and it's amazing.
And I know my husband was very thankful. So you have all the compliments from him.
There you go.
You've got a lifer with my husband in that store. So.
Cool.
So just realizing the current situation of the pandemic, COVID-19, there's obviously some changes that have to happen in the retail business with respect to the pandemic. So can you just describe for our viewers what that looks like, if there's any changes that they have to make when they come in, besides just the masking? Have you done anything different as it relates to even curbside pickup or website online shopping or any of those sorts of things?
So what ended up happening when it first come down on us, of course, they shut us down and went to curbside pickup. And it took us a couple of weeks, because it is so fast, to actually figure out a way that we were going to help the customer be able to get some stuff out of our store. And that became a real issue. It was really hard to make any money at that time. And the customer base dropped really, really bad. But then they allowed us to open again, and that was amazing. So, of course, all my customers come back and some. And because there's not a lot of people working now, of course, they have to have something else to do, so they started that. We have been dealing with all of the COVID restrictions. One of them, of course, was to shut a range down in the back. It's an archery range that we allow people to shoot in. We actually closed that to the club members because we had some shooters in our club. So now we have that closed. You can come in and shoot, but I only allow 5 people at a time to shoot. And from there, we make sure hand sanitizer is used. We keep the social distancing thing. We are allowed to have 50% of our capacity in the store at any given time, which we've never, ever broke that. And we also, we kind of keep everybody away from each other if they are, not in the same household, I guess is the best thing to say. Another one that we do too is masking. We push the masks really big time when when they come in the door, to make sure that they are coming in and keeping everybody else safe too.
Oh, good. Good, good. Well, I'm
Yeah.
so thankful that you've been able to open back up, and even with the restrictions, as you said, you've been able to manage it. As long as you can stay open, that's what we want to, keep our eye on and really hope for. It's hard when people can't browse what they really want to see. So
yes.
And
we have so much of this stuff where they're talking of going online and that kind of thing, buying. And what happens there is that if we keep on going on the online thing, you won't have these little mom and pop stores around anymore. Yeah. And so you need that special hook that you want to buy. You're going to have to, order it online. Once you do order it online, it's a week and a half, 2 weeks to get it. And you're not using it right away. You can't feel it. And all of a sudden they're sending you one that it's not even the same hook or that kind of thing happening, right? And so we really push on to try to let people come in and see what they're buying and feel what they're buying and know what they're buying, I guess is the best thing to put it. We also support local, very, very big. And so we have a whole pile of our different hooks that are in here are built within Saskatchewan or Alberta. Some are even built right in Lloyd here. We have 3 different people that are building hooks for us in our store out of Lloydminster. One is a 16-year-old young girl, and another one is a 15-year-old young boy. And so, they're there, and we try to promote everything that we can. We try to buy in Canada or within Saskatchewan or Alberta to put into our store. So keep that in mind. We're always trying to help out other local industries also. So it's huge. We do give back, not last year because of COVID hitting us, but the year before that, we had about $42,000 we gave back to the community as far as different organizations and that kind of stuff. Great. So we do the best we can. We always are giving back, and that's why we're here. We love our customers, and the customers love us, and they know that that's what we do, and that's why we got such a very decent business happening now.
Oh, great. I love to hear that. And, we talked earlier about, before the interview started, about, what background you'd be having for the interview today. And you said that you were going to do it in your trapper's cabin. So I'd love to have a really quick little tour of what's behind you there.
Sure. So our trapper's cabin is almost full right now. And on this side of it right here, I'll just step over here. This is all our snaring area. So all of this here is all for snaring. We got all of the little tools and little gadgets.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry.
I dropped you.
We have all the tools and all of the gadgets you need for clips and crimps and all that kind of stuff, all sitting here extra if you want to build your own snares. And then from there, we have tanning solutions. We sell an unbelievable amount of this stuff, tanning solution. We have the different fleshing knives and that kind of thing. That's for different animals, and some is for, like this one here, you'd use that on a lot of the same animal. Then we get into stretchers and boards and all that type of stuff. Back again, more stretchers. These are coyote stretchers. So all kinds of people are after the coyotes right now because we are not working out here, and the coyote fur is worth quite a bit of money, and they have a problem in Alberta and Saskatchewan with the amount of coyotes that are out there. So it's really helping the industry as far as being able to put money in people's pockets. Yeah. But at the same time, we're able to cut down on the coyote population and save calves being born and that kind of stuff on the farmer's land and that kind of thing. So that's a really big plus. We have what they call coney bear traps. And that's all, these are specifically made by where we are made to use them for, how do they say it? How do you say that?
Body grip.
Body grip traps, so that they die very, very fast. And so they're made by the government. You are not allowed to use anything else like Wakelin or anything like that. Say it's beaver. You have to use these body traps.
It's all regulated.
And it's regulated by the government. Yeah. So we have them all in stock. We sell a lot of them. Again, beaver are a big time nuisance because they are not worth anything now. But they are just building everything everywhere. So everything's flooding. And then, we just have a whole bunch of other stuff here. We have certain snares that you have to use. There's power rams. That's only ones that you're allowed to use in Saskatchewan. and we carry that also. But yeah, and then when I built this, everybody, including my wife, didn't know what I was building, and I put this whole entire cabin up just to make it really nice in the store, and I called it the Trapper's Cabin, and that's what we got in here is trapping supplies. So yeah,
that's very nice. It's very unique and nicely organized. But again, I would suspect that talking about online purchasing or big box versus this kind of a store, I mean, you've got the knowledge and on how to use any given thing. People can ask you the questions that they need, and you've got the actual tools that people need to do their sport effectively.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So again, here's an example, just to make it quick. We had a farmer come in here about 3 days ago now, and he asked me, he said he's got issues with calving, and he come out into the pens the other morning. There was three coyotes on one of his calves as she was birthing. She kept on standing up and trying to get away from him, but soon she lay down again. Right away, those coyotes were on him. He had no idea what to do. So I showed him what he needed to do. He told me exactly what his place looked like and whatnot, and that's exactly what he ended up doing. He come in and he got the proper sets in order to take care of that problem. Because I mean, to the farmer, that's money out the window when all of a sudden the calves get taken, and we just have a big time overpopulation. So I helped him out, showed him how to set everything, and then he's all good.
Great. Well, I'm sure my husband will be in on a regular basis into your store, and we're very thankful again to have you in the community, you and Sherry in the community, and we're very hopeful that the store can stay busy and open during this pandemic time. It sounds like you made great strides forward. Lots of organizations have, and that's going to increase the accessibility and make sure that you guys will stay thriving for a long, long time and stay as a staple in our community.
And again, thank you so much for even doing this. We really need to promote this type of a thing for everybody. And, I have friends of mine that are in the restaurant industry, and that's a really good example. You can imagine if all of a sudden you got out of bed every day and there was never a restaurant anywhere around anymore that you could actually go and take your wife to and have a good supper one night. They need to be helped out now when the times are bad enough so that they are around when this is all over.
And that's part of the idea about this Think Local campaign is really, it's hard for you to do this yourself, to go around the store and to interview yourself. And so I thought, this is a great opportunity where I can interview you. You can feature the items in your store. You're a wonderful local community, and we really hope to keep you going in the community for years and years to come as a continued staple. And then, you can use this to promote the inside of your store and to promote what you do and the value add that you provide on your own social platforms. So it's a great partnership, and I'm so thankful to be able to be part of it. And I'm a local business as well, and I know it's so important for us to all support each other.
Yes. Thank you very much again for all you do for us, for sure.
Oh, thank you, Cal. It was very nice to see you again, and Sherry behind the camera. It's nice to see you again too. And we'll get this up on our social media very soon.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.